So, hello, hola, 안녕하세요. Welcome to a new kind of space called Nikko's Learning About Korea time. So this new space is about just learning with you about Korea and sharing my thoughts, and I want to hear about you too, so comment below what you think about the topic of today. And today we are going to talk about the Korean language characters, or well known as Hangul. So let's start. The topic just is of course Hangul and the characters of Korean language, as you already know, but what are my thoughts about it? That's what I'm going to go there. So the first one, it is different. Do you know, like, yeah, Korean characters are different from the ones I'm used to. They're not just, you know, I know Spanish and English, and they just have a different alphabets and different things to share, so that was very unique to know. The first time I just encountered Hangul, it was like, fine, okay, this is simply unique, and I need to learn again a new writing system. I have friends who know a little bit of Japanese and Chinese, and they just shared with me all their knowledge. And when I compare these, these writing systems with Hangul, I realized, okay, Hangul looks straighter and more upright. Like it just kind of squared. Actually, they use squares to write it. But it was like, you know exactly where it begins and when it ends each character. There are no extra line or extra details that you could miss and you could change easily the meaning, because no, and there are so less characters than other writing systems, and that was really cool for me. So yeah, my first thoughts were there. It's different. It's more upright, more square, and it's straighter. It's like dot line. There are no like curves and something like can go. Yeah, of course there is different ways to write it, but that's another thing. But from the very beginning, it's not like there are a lot of things you have to consider to write it. So that was really great. And you know, it's funny to admit that it's easy to. It doesn't mean it's not gonna be less stressful, maybe. But yeah, it's easier than some other writing systems, maybe. And to learn Hangul and to learn how to write it and to learn what it means and how it sounds. But because it's funny, because that was the goal of the people who create Korean language and their writing. It was easier for everyone to learn and to express themselves. To expand this, we have to know that before, Koreans used Chinese to communicate through writing, but it was only for a few people in high classes that were the only ones who could afford education. For the rest of the people, it was not possible to learn it. So in the Joseon Dynasty, during the King Seojong rule, in the 15th century, in the year of 1443, he found this necessity and decided to create a new writing system adapted to Korean sounds. Something that Hangul made me think at the beginning, it was that there is a background in every language. I mean, more in the characters, like in the language that we speak. Like every character in Hangul has a meaning, has a reason to be there and a reason to be like the way it is. Like yeah, I'm used to talk Spanish or English, and maybe I don't remember that class in Spanish, but maybe we talk about, I'm really sure we talk about the characters, the alphabet. But with English, I never just touched that topic. It never appeared in my classes. It was more like learning the language from the very beginning. But with Korean characters, it was different. It was not like that. From the beginning, I found every lesson is about the history and the reason of Hangul. Why it's like that, what it sounds like this, what you have to speak like this, what every single character goes like this and this and that and that. Everything was logical with the Hangul. When I'm talking about the logic behind Hangul, I mean that the way each sound is written has a logical reason. For example, in the case of consonants, they're written based on the shape of each spot where the sound comes from. That took me 10 minutes of repeating each consonant and realizing the shape of everything to make that sound. And I thought that was cool, because it makes sense to write it how it sounds visually. I hope that makes sense. With vowels, I never thought they had a cosmological vision behind them. First of all, the characters were not written like today. They were made with dots and lines. The horizontal line is the earth, the yin. The vertical one is the person, is neutral, and the dot, the sky or the yang. They together create harmony and balance. And even when they combine vowels, they follow this, yin with yin and yang with yang, or even yang with neutral and yin with neutral. There was a reason behind each one, and there is just a logic that you have to follow. And I realized, and you're gonna be fine if you follow, and it's easy to get used to it. And when I started learning, I thought about the Korean characters as if I was building roads to transport my thoughts. Like, that's exactly what, when you are talking or when you're writing or when you're trying to communicate, you just try to just give your thoughts to the other person. So just think about it as roads in construction. Just think about it, you have to build them, the girders, so the transportation, the ideas of thoughts can get to this destination. As you already know, the languages express cultures, and there is a lot behind the languages. There is history, there is social changes, there is religion, cosmology, and a lot of elements that come together and create a new language, a new characters, a new writing system. And Korean made me realize that, because it is so obvious to us that we don't give a lot of thought about it. But with Korean, I just have to sit and realize, okay, there are a lot of things that just came together and create a system, and it is what it is today. I hope you learned a little bit today with me about the Hangul and my thoughts too. And I want to hear your thoughts too about Hangul, and if you want to share your knowledge, information about Hangul or the Korean language, that's real fun. I want to hear it from you, so please write in the comments. And the next video is gonna be about some tips I'm going to tell you as a beginner to learn Korean. So until the next video, I hope to see you next time. So see you soon. Take care. Bye.